I'm going to teach you about the token Wizards of the Coast never made.
And I have a card that's the poster card for bewilderment and rage quitting.
Hello. Welcome to MTG Unraveled, where we each choose a magic card and over-explain it to distract you from your current hyperfixation. I'm Rafa.
And I'm Ryan. As usual, we've each picked a magic card that you may or may not know about that we think has something interesting. So let's go ahead and start off with guessing Rafa's card for today.
All right, my card is 3 generic, a green, and it's a creature. Obviously, it makes a token.
Obviously, it makes a token that you can't find.
Which makes it not Beast Whisperer. Or does that have 2 green pips? I don't even know.
It has 2 green pips.
Oh,
and doesn't
fair.
make a token.
No, I know. That's why I said it's obviously not Beast Whisperer.
Oh, okay.
But that's the first 4 mana green creature I could think of. You got any guesses?
Nope.
All right. What if I tell you it's a human soldier? No.
No.
It's a rare from Mirage, which is 1996.
Wow.
30 years and we've never got a token.
That's something.
I'm outraged.
An oversight.
Yeah.
Someone should do something about it.
You want to guess its power and toughness, just for funsies?
Sure. It's from 1996, so I'm going to go with its a 2-3.
Oh, you're so close.
3-2.
Yeah, it's a 3/2.
Ah.
All right, let me give you the text box, and then we'll see if you've ever even heard of this card. It says 1 green, tap, put a wood token into play. Treat this token as a 0/1 green creature that counts as a wall.
I know we saw something, and I know it's not this card, but it makes me think of like Paul Bunyan.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like a lumberjack. You're making wood.
Yeah, the Simic.
But he makes a token, but it's Bo.
Yeah.
A legendary ox.
Yeah.
So that's not this.
No, not at all. You can also sacrifice a wood token, add red to your mana pool.
Why does wood make red?
You burn it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the name of the card is Jungle Patrol.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Yeah. So it doesn't have too much going for it. There's no rules text. I already kind of spoiled why I picked this card, right? That wood token, that 0/1, no official Magic card for it.
That's crazy.
So play this card and make your own wood token. Use real wood chips as your tokens. And then light them on fire when you sack them for red mana.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
This card actually combos. Isn't that
Really?
nuts? Yeah. So with a creature that makes at least 1 green by tapping it, so like anything, there's so many, right? You can create infinite walls with a card called Intruder Alarm, which is...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you have more than 1 mana produced by creatures that tap, then you actually gain mana, but otherwise you just have infinite enters and dies triggers, because you'll make 1 with the creature, 1 by sacking the wood, and you tap the creature to make a new wood, and then when that wood enters, you untap all that. So if you can make more than 1 mana from your creatures, then you end up going infinite positive with those tokens, which, who knew? Intruder Alarm goes infinite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Freaking
Yeah.
slippers.
Yeah, or Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one art, and it's actually by Mark Poole.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. It's some soldiers sitting around a campfire. That's why I said they're burning the wood that you make. And it looks like they're supposed to be collecting wood, I would guess, based on like how the card reads, right? They're Jungle Patrol, they go out and collect wood, but it looks like they're just BSing around the campfire to me. So I guess they're embodying more of that sacrificing the wood token part.
Well, the Jungle Patrol is out like looking around, keeping things safe, but obviously you have to make camp at night.
Yeah.
So that's what it's showing you.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's showing you the good times. You can use this card in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker. I encourage you to go find a home for it. It's a funny card, and then you can be like, I need a wood token. Does anyone have one? No, they don't. How much do you think this card costs?
25 cents.
Yeah, 90 cents for the cheapest one I could find. Yeah, I don't know why.
A little bit more.
Still definitely affordable. What do you think?
I need to make a wood token now.
Make a wood token?
Yeah.
For all the Jungle Patrol players.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out there.
Somebody needs to email Wizards.
Honestly, I think they should just like slip this in a reprint somewhere. I don't think it'd be that difficult. I don't know. I don't design cards, right? So maybe it would be more difficult. It's a pretty bad card. But like, can you just like reprint this card somewhere, you know, make it a common and then print the wood token, please? That's how I think it should be handled.
Yeah.
Or a secret layer.
That's really interesting. I wonder why. Like, why was one never made?
I couldn't find any reason for it. I mean, I know you can just, like, even the rules today still say you can just use whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But pretty much every other card that makes some sort of token out there, the token was made.
This is the only one I could find that the token isn't made at some point. Maybe it wasn't made with the set. Like, you know, they had made a 1/1 human already.
Yeah.
So 1/1 humans weren't in the set, but there were already WotC tokens for 1/1 humans. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. What do you have for your card today?
Okay. The mana value is red.
Just red?
Yep.
You're not going to tell me what kind of card it is?
It's an enchantment.
Red enchantment. Power balance?
No.
What? Dang it.
No.
Oh.
It's a rare, and the first release of the card was an alpha. It's an old card.
Oh, I have no idea what this is then. Yeah.
Probably
what the
not.
Heck? You flip a coin. I have no idea.
No, but it is quite a wacky card. So I'll give you the original text because there is Oracle text, as with many alpha cards. When you attack, non-flying defending creatures must be divided as opponent wishes between the left and right sides of a thing. You split them to left and right. You then choose on which side to place each attacking creature, and attacking creatures can only be blocked by flying creatures or those on the same side.
What the heck?
The Oracle text reads, whenever one or more creatures you control attack, each defending player divides all creatures without flying they control into a left pile and a right pile. Then, for each attacking creature you control, choose left or right. That creature can't be blocked this combat except by creatures with flying and creatures in a pile with the chosen label.
What?
This is one of the very few times that I really like the original text, even though it's not necessary. Like, neither of them are exactly succinct and make it clear on what you do. But the original text really fits flavor-wise into what the card does. So this card is Raging River.
Oh, okay. So you're split on the sides of the river.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I knew it would be something like that. I just didn't know what it was.
So this is a really, really complex card. It's widely known as one of the most complex cards that people just are like, what on earth does this thing do? How do you make it work? What is going on?
Also, why?
Yeah. So to explain the card in the game, we're going to use a little bit of imagination. So, war has been declared, and it's time to start preparing. Your battlefield is 2 steep cliffs with a massive raging river running between the cliffs. You don't know which side the attack will come from. Flyers are at an advantage because they can fly back and forth across the river no problem. Your foot soldiers, on the other hand, cannot defend both sides at the same time. So you as the commander direct them to either the left side or the right side of the river. Now, the enemy begins to arrive and see where you have fortified your troops. The enemy then splits their attackers accordingly, some of them to the left and some of them to the right. Your flyers can defend as they need, but your foot soldiers can only defend enemies that are on the same side that you directed them to go in the first place.
That makes sense. Like, that definitely puts it into, like, some clear terms of how it works.
Yeah.
How's that work in a game of Commander, though? Do you get 3 piles? You're probably getting to that, huh?
So we'll get to it. So just at its base level, This is obviously a combat trick that whoever the attacking player typically would be the one to use it. Whoever you attack, which you can attack more than one person, but for each person being attacked, all of the creatures on their board get split into essentially 3 piles. Flyers, a left side of the river, and a right side of the river. You know what is attacking, but you don't know which way they're going to go, so you have to make your best estimate as to, well, I want to put these 2 creatures together, and then I want to put these 2, that way I have like a big blocker, and maybe a chump blocker, or whatever it may be, but you really don't know. So you just kind of have to make a decision. And each opponent being attacked does that. Then the attacker takes their attacking creatures at each opponent and decides, I want this creature to only be blocked or possibly be blocked by whatever their flyers are, and this pile of creatures, this one by this one and this one, etc. And then once that resolves, you move to blockers, and then you have to follow whatever the restrictions are for how you can assign your creatures blocking the attacking creatures. So if this creature by the attacker was put as it can only be blocked by left side, well then you have to pick from that left side pile or your flyers, but you cannot choose the creatures from your right side pile because it creates a restriction on blocking.
That's insane. This is like flanking light or whatever that banding light.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 2 rules texts. That's it. 2 rules.
That's it?
We'll get into why I think there should be more.
Yeah.
Why is Wizards not telling us how to play this card?
They want you to forget about. The card Wizards wants you to forget about.
Yeah. But there are 2 rules. So if a creature enters or something becomes a creature after this ability resolves, that creature will not be able to block any creature that was attacking at the time the ability resolved.
Really? That's weird because normally when you make a creature or when you make something, when you have a new creature before blocks, then you can assign it as a blocker. That's crazy.
It's because, again, it creates a restriction to what can block, and that new creature, if it wasn't there for the resolution, so it is not part of the flyers that are then able to block, and it's not part of whatever pile is able to block, so it just can't.
But if it's flying, then it can.
Probably, but again, that's something that's not entirely clear based on this rule. Why? Why didn't they add that specificity into the rule? I don't know.
Yeah.
The other rule is if a creature is put onto the battlefield attacking after the ability resolves, it can be blocked by any creature that can normally block it, including creatures that enter the battlefield after the ability resolved.
Well, I guess at least it goes both ways then.
Yeah.
Like if you put a creature down, you can't block with it. If you put an attacker down, you can't block, or you can't.
You can.
It can be blocked.
It can be blocked
anything.
by anything that normally could block it.
That's it for the rules?
That's it. Those are all of the rules for this card. There's one art done by Sandra Everingham, and it literally is a river that's all choppy with 2 cliffs on the sides. Perfect for the card. This card can be played in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker. This is an old card. It is on the reserved list. And as with all of those cards, they're relatively expensive, but not some of the most expensive. It ranges between $200 and $2,200.
Jeez.
Depending on which set.
If it wasn't an alpha card, that card would be like 25 cents, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I kind of want to play it. So, like we've brought up, there's 2 rules and there's a million questions that you could have, especially with where Magic is today and the crazy things that you can do. So, one of the questions that came to my mind is, what if you have 2 of them in play? How does that work? Because you have things like copy enchantment, and there's plenty of other ways to copy a non-land permanent that's on the battlefield. So if you have 2 copies of the card, what the heck happens?
I lean towards they're redundant.
Nope.
The first one doesn't recognize the second one's pile. What?
First and foremost, I looked up Rule 509.1b. The defending player checks each creature they control to see whether it's affected by any restrictions, effects that say a creature can't block or that it can't block unless some condition is met. If any restrictions are being disobeyed, the declaration of blockers is illegal. A restriction may be created by an evasion ability, a static ability an attacking creature has that restricts what it can block. If an attacking creature gains or loses an evasion ability after a legal block has been declared, it doesn't affect the block. Different evasion abilities are cumulative. So they can be cumulative when you put restrictions onto things. And you have to remember, you don't actually declare blocks until after this ability resolves. What will actually happen? You have one attacking creature. Your opponent has 2 non-flyers, and there are 2 Raging Rivers in play. Each Raging River will trigger separately. The first river resolves, and your opponent makes one creature left and the other right. You choose left so that the right creature can't block. Now the second Raging River resolves. Your opponent divides the same way, and this time you choose right, so the left creature can't block. In total, none of his creatures can block yours because the first river hinders the right creature and the second river hinders the left creature. Because now the attacking creature has the restrictions, cannot be blocked by right creatures, and cannot be blocked by left creatures. So as the person who's creating the piles for blocks, you have to take that into consideration. In practice, this means that the net effect of several rivers, say X of them, is the defending player divides his non-flyers into 2 X piles, one for each sequence of left and right, which is X long. For X equals 2, that's 4 groups. Like you said, left, 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 right, right, left, right, right. And then for each attacking creature, you pick one such sequence, and only the defending creatures corresponding to that sequence, as well as flyers, will be able to block that creature. However, it is important to note that the rivers do not actually interact directly in any way to double the number of effective piles. It's just a side effect of having the separate triggers. So it's not actually one big effect that gives you 2 X piles, but many small effects. Picture you have your river and then it forks.
You're bringing a whole new meaning to fork in Magic.
Yeah. And there's a billion other questions that I'm sure would come up in gameplay about, well, what if this happens? Well, what if this happens? And there's no answers for you. You just have to kind of
figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Just do whatever makes the most sense in that moment, and all the players at the table agree.
Do whatever makes you happy. Unless it's this, don't do this. I don't want to play. I'll quit.
And that is why I said this is the poster card for complexity and rage quitting. If you want to alienate your friends, make them do stuff that they're like, oh my god, I don't understand what's happening, and I don't know what the right choice is, and I'm going to make the wrong one, and it's going to make them mad, and they're just going to be like, never mind. I'm not doing this every combat. I'm done. Next game.
See, I thought your teaser meant winner orb.
And that is another one.
Yeah.
There's many ways to win the game of Magic. Making people rage quit, as the TikTok community has made blatantly clear, is a valid way to win the game. But you don't need stacks or blue to do it. You can do it with red combat shenanigans.
And they say red's for people who can't think.
No, thinking's for blockers.
Yeah, fair. You got me. It's still for people who can't think.
All right, and that is all that I have. So before we say goodbye, we always talk about something that we are hyper fixated about. And today, because it literally happened last night, it's freaking daylight savings.
Yeah, that's why I look so sleepy.
Yeah, we lost a whole hour.
Yeah.
It's something that is so ridiculous. I don't know why we still do it. It's antiquated. Like, I understand why it originally was a thing with, like, farming and the farming community, with making sure you have daylight during hours that you want to get up and go harvest your crops or sow the fields or whatever. Arizona and Hawaii, you had brought up, they don't observe it.
Yeah.
Why can't the rest of us catch up to that?
A lot of the world doesn't either.
No, none of the U.S. territories do either.
Yeah.
It's just
because we gotta be
the
different.
United States.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, and I think it should be done with.
Yeah, it should be.
It never truly was something that bothered me until, number one, I had kids, because they don't care.
Nope.
It does not change their internal clocks. They're still going to wake up at what would have been 6 a.m., but the clock jumped back, so now it's 5 a.m. And then when I was working night shift, because all of a sudden in springtime, you have an extra hour that you have to be working because...
Tough luck. Yeah.
Yeah. Or spring you would lose an hour. You lose an hour of your shift. So that's losing an hour of expected pay from that paycheck. And in winter, you go back an hour, and now all of a sudden, instead of staying up for your 10-hour shift, you're staying up for 11-hour shift. And when you're working nights, that makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah. Also, if we're going to quit doing it, can we quit doing it after the fall one so that I get an extra hour of sleep before?
Yeah, we got to make up what you took away from us first.
Yeah.
Starting 2027.
I don't know which one would actually be right, though. I have no idea.
I don't think it matters.
Well, I mean, the rest of the world's probably somewhat synchronized. So at least a lot of it,
yeah, let's just do what matches the rest of the world and move on.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Yeah. Good talk.
Anyway, that's it. If you agree, let us know. Daylight savings is dumb and needs to go away. So you can find us on TikTok and Twitch at Dicentric Games for other Magic content and nerdy shenanigans.
And if you'd like to share any of the quirks that Magic has hidden in their cards, join the Discord in the description. If you have questions or suggestions for the show, please leave a comment or send us an email.
We'd love to hear from you guys. If there's anything that you learned that was new, let us know in the comments.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week.
Click all the buttons.
Do all the things.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.